Hey, hey, hey.
All right, we
We
had
are
this.
doing a round two. We're going to play a little quick intro. We're not going to play our usual
I don't
because
need no intro. Let's get
it's a.
started.
Oh, okay. Well, let's get started. I was going to play a
Good.
little.
You had an introduction
No, it's okay.
conversation.
Go ahead. Go for it.
All right. So
So, our audio wasn't working on the last one, so we're going to have to delete those. Let me see if I can share out again. It's not coming up yet. But
watch
we
this
were
while I go to
wondering, we
bed.
saw a few people.
Yeah, we'll just get to talking because we jacked. I don't know. Well, we didn't jack. The camera's jacking.
Yeah,
Um,
we couldn't figure out what
Can't
was.
figure out what's going on with our audio. So let's just have this conversation tonight. And the conversation that I want to talk about tonight, like I said, it's been um interesting times. Um, being married for how long have you been married now?
That long.
Forever.
Not forever, but
There comes a time when you're just like, you've had enough. I can't even do it funny. I can't even be serious when I'm saying. So, anyways, let me actually get to our real conversation. The, the real conversation is
I
about.
think y'all can hear us now. I guess we just assuming y'all can. Because it was actually, let me double check.
Yeah,
But it was
Tess.
coming. It
You
was
said it was
coming up.
working.
Yeah, I know what I said.
Okay,
Yep,
it's
it's
working.
working.
All right, good.
Okay.
All
Sorry
right.
about that, y'all.
Hey, Nikki, how
So
are you?
apologies. Hey, Nikki.
So the real conversation
Technical
is this: is
difficulties
that
tonight.
I wanted to talk about. Excuse me. I want to talk about.
We
I
probably
put in
all
there.
doing that
I
now.
know we ain't gonna be long. I want to talk about TMI, and the reason why something came up
TMI.
is there's something that came up. I'm not going to say who the preacher was,
Okay.
but um, there was a preacher,
Uh-oh, y'all.
and this preacher basically said something to the extent he was up preaching on a Sunday morning, and said something to the extent that the only person he drinks from is his wife. I'm not talking about like drinking like water. That wasn't what he was trying to say.
Oh, okay.
He was basically saying like when I get my urge, only fountain I drink from is from my wife, and when I'm thirsty, she fills up my appetite. But the way he was saying it, I'm making it PG for how they were
Oh,
saying it. They were
okay.
saying it like and they said the only person I've been in. That's what they said. That's what they said. Is my wife, which is not true because they had a whole situation.
Oh,
So it's like they're trying to, you know. But anyway,
some of
um,
y'all probably know or trying to figure
don't worry about who the
I
person
don't
is.
know.
But here's my point, right? On a Sunday morning or anytime you're preaching the gospel, and I'll get to my point about. I'm not gonna say how I feel because I think I probably know how I feel.
We're going church
But the
mode
question is like,
conversations tonight.
how much is too much information from your preacher or your pastor? Do you feel like there are times where, because again, we're standing in a holy place, right? One of the things is that I know I'm not perfect. I know I've made mistakes. I know I've fallen short. But I think it's important to understand. Hey, Tifa,
Hey, Teef.
I think it's important. We're just getting started because some
Yeah,
things
we
happen.
had audio
It's
difficulties.
it's you have to understand you're standing in a holy place, right? So when you're preaching the gospel, you are standing in the place where people are hearing what they intend to hear from God, right? Bishop Evans says all the time that I don't speak from God. I'm speaking for Him, right? Which I think is true because it's everyone should have their own relationship with God, but you're the preacher. The Bible says, "How can they hear unless you be sent,
Right.
or unless there's a preacher?" Right? I'm just paraphrasing the scripture, but I think it's important to understand like what is too much, and then what is it that sometimes. we have to go beyond where we need to go because I'm gonna get into it. So when do you think, do you want to hear everything from your preacher? Because some people want a whole bunch of transparency. I want to know my preacher real. I want to know they're a real person. Okay, but is there a line that can and cannot be crossed? And explain where you think the lines are drawn, and especially in that situation when the person was saying that basically the only person they've been in is their wife. That's what they were saying up on the pulpit. Do you feel like that's out of bounds?
Um, I feel like it's out of bounds for me. Because some people, like, you wouldn't, some people, some preachers, you wouldn't be surprised because some people have anything that come out their mouths. So, I mean, I don't listen to them, but people do, and I don't agree with it. But you do have like preachers that just be saying like weird, not weird. A lot of times, well, that's not really unbiblical, but they say stuff that's out of line. That like it makes me think about those bracelets that we used to wear that said, "What would Jesus do?" If Jesus wouldn't say it, then just be quiet. Like just close your mouth and just read the word again. Let's meditate on this word and get this word to these people. Some stuff I feel like you don't need to go into. I feel like even some of the stuff that you say, I don't remember you ever like saying something that it was like, oh, that's too, you know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
think there is a maturity level with certain things that you should say, because in my mind, if I'm hearing somebody say stuff like that, not to say that they're not mature, but my mindset is in a sense of I don't feel like it's a good representation of Christ. I'll just leave it that way because y'all know how I am. I can just say honest stuff, but everybody can't handle the truth. So
But see,
I think some things are too far, like some stuff, but that's me
yes,
too, because the fact that I'm not like a person that, not trying to be rude, but I kind of don't care about like stuff that's going on
but we don't need a, we
in
don't
your
need we don't
life.
need a,
I
we
just
don't need
want
a
to hear
visual. We don't need
the
a visual of
word.
that.
Right. But I'm saying even other stuff, like sometimes it's just like you said, some people are into the transparency and some people are like they want to know like every part about every single thing. That's why even when you say in church, I mean, not that you say anything crazy, but even when you say, oh, should I say it? Should I say it? I'm like, everybody wants you to say it. Why are you even asking that?
Mm.
But it's just the fact of not, I'm not saying that's bad, but I'm just saying like some people, like people just want to kind of know. But I if I'm listening to somebody, I kind of just want to hear the word, because even when people go like sideways and they get to doing like a whole bunch of other stuff and it's
Hmm.
not in the word, I'll be like, okay, let's bring it back in. Like it's okay to have fun, it's okay to say little stuff here and there, but
Hmm.
like let's keep like that. I feel like is a bit far. Like I just don't want to, I don't want to think about what you and your spouse do. I don't want to think about, different things. Like it's kind of too much.
Yeah, like I think there's like levels to it, right? Like, and transparency. What is the purpose of transparency?
Right.
The purpose of transparency.
Nosy folk segment.
But here's the purpose of transparency. The only
To help.
That's it. That's it. The only reason to be transparent is for um, the necessity of helping someone. So, like, if they was at some marriage retreat with like
Right.
couples or something like that, and he happened to say that, I'd be like, okay. I mean, it's
Yeah,
still a
that's
little bit much.
different.
It's still much,
It's much because like we really don't
but what was
care.
the context? Like,
Right.
and
What's
what
the
was the
point?
need to say all of that,
Right.
right? Like, what was the need? Even if there were new rumors or anything about this person, why do you have to address rumors like that unless it's really coming like I don't know. Listen, if we address every rumor, you ain't got time. Like you don't have
Exactly.
like real successful people don't address every rumor that comes their way, and even really don't even address rumors. Period, because it's like it's unnecessary. Like because
Right.
at the end of the day, there's two things you can't change. I don't care who you are. You can't change what people think
Right.
sometimes, and you can't change what people are going to say.
Yep.
Everything else, you just be yourself. You can't change what people are going to think, and you can't change what people want to say. Now you could try to talk people into certain things, hopefully hoping they can think it, but you can't jump into their mind like
Right.
think this.
Right.
You know, like Jesus couldn't do that. You know, God couldn't do that for Eve. You know what I mean? So like, what makes us think that we're gonna make people think a certain thing? We can preach to them and proclaim the truth, but if people want to think a certain thing, I'm not going to get up and address, oh, I gotta say this. The only found I drink, like there's
Right.
a certain
Like, what's the
time,
point?
yeah. So like saying certain things, I think that everyone does not want to hear their preacher in that regard. But honestly, even if you do want to hear your preacher in that regard, just remember that the place that you're standing in is a holy place, right? And again, like I said, I'm not perfect. Every preacher that stands in a holy place is not perfect. But the thing is, like you're standing in a holy place. So the need to project the holiness of God is what we're required to do. That's the job in the moment, right? And I'm not
Yeah.
saying the job, but y'all follow what I'm saying. That is the task at hand. That is what you carry. That is the weight you've been given to present the God of that. There is no other God, right? There's little G's, but there's no God. There's no God like Jehovah, right? That's what you're there to present. So in the transparency again is to help and also to present. It might be an aspect of God that needs to be presented, or to help people to understand that they can still come to God and still be set free and delivered. That's the only time transparency is needed. So I think that the culture now has caused people to feel like, you got to say certain things to keep
Right.
people, and you got to do certain things to make people want to come back, but not at the expense of that sacred desk, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
there was another preacher. I'm not trying to pull out preacher, but I'm just saying this is just an example. There's another preacher who wore
Well, that's what you
a
see. So.
T-shirt. No, I'm just giving, like, this is like, to me this is
No,
just
I'm
too
saying
much.
that's what you see. Like, if you watching like rappers or something, I'm sure it'd be something that come up about them. You know what I mean? I'm saying you
Yes.
watch preachers, so
Okay.
you're gonna see.
I really don't watch preachers no more. I used to. Honest to God, I used to, but I listen to the Bible when I
So how did you hear about this?
it came on my thing on Facebook. Like I
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
I
But that's
wasn't
what I'm
watching
saying.
the,
You look at
I
stuff like
wasn't
that.
watching the preacher. Actually I listened to podcasts. So
Okay.
this one came up in podcast. But so, but also another preacher wore a shirt. I shouldn't even get into this. Wore a shirt. Okay, what would you do? Let me ask you a question. Here we go. Y'all ready for this? I want to know what you would do in this situation. So, if I was preaching, I went up Sunday morning preaching, and I had a shirt on. Now, I already know your answer going to be, so this one. And the shirt I had on it was a t-shirt and a picture on the shirt, and on the picture of the shirt was you on vacation with like a bathing suit on. I'm preaching in that. Is that okay?
For me, no, that's like out of pocket.
I'm saying this happened in real life.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
people do the darndest things. They say kids do the darndest things. People do as well. I was looking for a picture because I saw, like, when you were talking about perfect. I remember seeing this post and it talked about how basically Jesus was
Did
perfect
you
and
go on
people
YouTube?
still no
Oh.
people Jesus was perfect and people still hated him. So don't think about what people think of you in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's why you can't. And thinking about just like what you were talking about rumors and people saying different things, people are all like everybody, you're always going to have somebody saying something, whether they're
Mm-hmm.
saying it to your face, behind your back. It's just a part of you being an important person that you are. um so
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Like
like the
there's
whole
certain information I want my kids to know.
right.
You know what I mean? Like some people be like, I want my kids to know like all my mistakes. I don't want all my kids to know all my mistakes. I'm sorry. That's a whole nother conversation we have another
I know
day.
I was gonna yeah.
But like there's certain things like I want them to know, and so I think unless I see them going in a certain direction, then there's a conversation that needs to be had,
Right.
right? But just me bring like, hey, you know what? I used to like, for what?
Yeah.
For what? right? So I think that we have to understand, number one, what is your role in the relationship of what you're doing? So if your role is to be the preacher, then you are the proclaimer of the gospel. That's your role, right? So like when you go to work, like these are roles.
Hey,
Hey,
Anissa.
hey, hey, hey again. We had to get back on. These are roles, like so whatever role you carry, there's a certain sound that should come out of that role. There's a certain lifestyle that comes out of that role. There's certain so like I just because when you go like, could you imagine? This is funny, right? But let me just say this. Um, I remember some of my kids last night were just talking about, oh yeah, coach, I'm gonna miss they all want to see this boy. I don't understand these rappers today, these names and stuff. Because I
Oh,
guess this guy NBA young boy or something that was around. These kids
NBA
love.
young boy. That's
That's
the
his
whole
name. They
name.
love him.
Oh,
They
okay.
these kids love this guy NBA young boy. I never heard any of his songs on. I know his name because I'm in high school with these kids. Um, but could you imagine if that guy, NBA young boy, got there and was like let's just say at his concert, and just like shut the concert down, was like, I'm gonna tell jokes.
Yeah. Right.
I feel like I want to tell jokes tonight, and I'm telling you, child, if he did that, they would boo him off the stage. They would boo him off the stage, or if he just started preaching or something like that, and he got saved, they would boo him off the stage because why? They came there to hear the entertainer,
Right.
the music. They came to hear the rapper. They came to hear the rapper, right? So I think that when we are proclaimers of the gospel or any role that you carry, I
Yeah.
think that TMI, like the too much information or just going into a different spill, you're going into another role that is not the role that you're designed to carry being behind that sacred desk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, stay to the role and let the Holy Ghost use you in the role. And it may not look the same all the time, but I don't think of me saying how I'm involved with my wife, it has anything to do with the role.
Right.
Okay. Okay. I just.
Yeah, I think like you said that I think like you said that's appropriate for like if it's a couples thing or it's a way or something like that.
Yeah.
But like certain things don't need to be said over like in certain arenas because we coming for God, not to know about you and your, especially if it's just random.
Yeah.
Like first of all, don't throw random stuff in there. Like
Randoms.
if it has nothing, like if nothing connects to the word that you're trying to get through. Like even like when you minister, like when you preach, you use stories that makes what the word that you're preaching
Makes
makes
sense.
sense, like because you
Yes.
can apply it because it's natural things that happen
Absolutely. That's
compared to
different.
like, yeah, if you wore a shirt with like a picture on, like i
Of
i
you
would be thinking, I mean, I know
with your
you
with your
wouldn't do
bathing
that, but
suit
that
on
would
and
just
your
that's
bottoms.
very like overkill, and I do not understand it. But it's random because it's almost like how we have like people like nowadays that do like the randomest things just to get attention, like
Yes.
wearing certain things, just trying to be, I guess, the most unique person, looking crazy, but thinking that they're doing
Clicks.
something. It's just like, what is happening? Like, what are you doing? Look a fool, like what's happening?
What are you doing? Look a
But
fool.
it's like, let me see the craziest thing I can do to get some attention. That's how we are nowadays, like in the world and in the church. Like it's on both sides. You got people wearing houses on
Well,
their head. I mean, it's just like random
both
crazy
spectrums.
stuff going on,
I thought about that
and
guy.
both, yeah, in the world and in the church. It's just like, I'm like, are we compete? Like, what is happening? Everybody competing for crazy. Like,
Compete for crazy.
what is that about? Yeah,
Compete for crazy.
that's too much. That's that's way too much. But yeah, I think that's TMI.
Yes.
Um, on the verge of, on the basis of, like you said, because it didn't have any context to it. Like I need those context clues, because if not, then you shouldn't be saying it.
Context
Okay,
clues. I need
put
them.
them
Context
context
clues
clues
for
there. I
200.
need to understand. Okay, I need it to connect to the
Context clues for
word
200.
of God. Otherwise, I'm gonna think that you are not. You're not connected to God, because he didn't just tell you to do that or say that.
Context.
What would
Context
Jesus
clues.
do?
Context.
WWJD.
Yep. Context clues for 200, please.
Oh man, I'm trying to keep. I know we don't have a lot of time because I, in my mind, I want to go to the conversation that we're gonna have next week, but I'm not going to. This is your conversation,
You can start
but
into it. Go ahead, just for 5 minutes. I mean, I'm not
I
trying to be
know
on
I
here
don't know
long.
about
10 minutes. That's the
5 minutes.
max. Does it connect to this?
I mean, it kind of does because we talking about what you saying TMI. I think people are doing TMI things. I just saw a post that came up, which I wasn't aware of. Maybe you guys are aware of it, but I wasn't aware of this post that Fred Hammond is doing.
I'm not aware of it either.
It's called, what is it? Hood. What is it? Um,
Hood and holiness or something.
no, it's like Hood word or Hood. It's Hood. It's like a play that he's doing, and it looks like really, like honestly, I'm
I'm
trying
praying
to
for
be
Fred.
as nice as I can, y'all. I love, but I mean, through
I'm
like
praying for him though.
fraternities, then we
Oof.
got people doing stuff in jails that look suspect, like you might be, going over to the other side. Then we got Hood. I
What? What are
forgot what
you
it's
talking
called.
about?
Hood.
In
I'm
jails?
trying because I'm trying not to say their actual name. I don't know if anybody else saw it.
Child,
Did
what are you
anybody
talking
else
about?
see the? It's a play that Fred Hammond's doing, and it's called Hood something or something Hood. Um,
And what's the problem? You're not giving me
um,
understanding.
because I'm trying to remember remember the name of it. It just looks crazy, and like
But
just
what's
the
so
whole
crazy about it?
context of it. They got a person in there that looks like the lion from the um Wizard of Oz, and it's like this green person. It just looks like how Cat Williams talked about how people in
Hood
the,
book.
yes, that's what it is, Hood book. It looks like what Cat Williams talked about, how people like they'll take um roles in order for them to kind of be cast in society. They take roles to actually make them look ridiculous before they can actually go forward. Like they have to do something that makes them look crazy. Just like
Okay.
when they had Martin Lawrence dressed as a
Yeah,
woman, they
yeah,
had
yeah.
other people dressed as women. That's what it looks like to me. That's what it gives off because
Okay.
it looks like, I don't know. I haven't seen it. I don't even know if it's out yet or what, but it looks
Ah,
like
Hood book, the
kind
official
of
Fred
like
Hammond website.
but praying for him, but that, and then like just some of the conversations that he's been having. I just saw this post, just happened to come across, and I'm like, what is going on? I didn't know. But it's just like a lot of stuff is happening with like just different individuals, and it's like so questionable. Like I'm like, are we, it's given like double mindedness, no type of sound mind, because we're going every which way. But yeah, I don't know. Does it say what is the whole thing is about? I just saw like the picture and like a
Hood book, a
little
proud, exciting
um
celebration of faith, family, and black culture. The story of
I
a
saw
young
like a
boy who
little
lost his parents tragically at
clip
the age of
thing,
4, has been
and it
shuffled from
looked
foster
like
home to foster home, now finds himself aging
interesting.
out of the foster care
I'll say
system.
interesting.
The brilliant young talent artist who has desired to
It's a
bring faith.
stage play, right? It's not
Yeah.
like a movie. Yeah, so I saw the clip and it just didn't look um it looked
Oh, so
interesting.
okay,
And
so
then
the boy's he's transported back to the very first day of creation where God shows him just how much he does love
so
him.
that's, I thought it was supposed to be like some kind of like a Bible kind of supposed to be,
Hmm.
but like, you know, hood, I guess. But I'm like, what is that?
I don't
Like
know.
what's the
I gotta get more
what is
information
hood?
to
Yeah, I have to get
understand
more information too,
before I
but
start talking
the
too deep
whole
about it.
um look about it, and then I mean I saw that post and I was just kind of like, just like, what is it, just made my mind go, what is happening between that and then the conversation about one of his songs, how it dealt with, never mind, I'm not even gonna get into all of
Oh
that.
yeah.
But anyway, it's a lot going on here. We are in praying praying times. I think, after a certain point it gets to, but that's a random situation too, like just out of the blue, that just looks interesting. So when you were talking about TMI, to me, when I saw that, I thought about TMI. So I'm gonna leave it I'ma leave it there.
It looks so weird.
It looks weird. I mean,
it looks funny.
it looks like it really looks like kind of, I don't know if they were going for like the Wiz kind of situation or
Yeah.
what, but I, like I said, I just saw like the picture and it had like the lion and it had like a green person who I don't know who that was. So it looks interesting. But if anybody goes to see it, please feel free to share with me
It looks interesting.
how it was. I'm not really a stage play person. I don't really like, except for sight and sound. That's the only, but
Oh
I don't know
yeah.
if that's like considered well, I guess it
It
is a
is.
stage play. That's the only stage plays for. Outside of that, I'm not really a stage play person. You?
It all depends.
Really?
I can go see a
I
good
think
stage play if it's good.
yeah, I'm not a stage play person. Because when we went to, what was that we went to see? When we was in New York, we went to see
Oh,
something. Was it
Chicago.
Chicago? Yeah, I'm not really into a
I
lot
thought
of
it was
stuff.
okay. I enjoyed myself.
Oh, okay. Well, guys, that is our that is our
Just
20
know your role and
20
fulfill it when you're talking.
26 minutes. Don't give us no more TMI, TMI. But that's like,
Just give
that's,
the information that's required in your role.
yeah.
That's my point.
That's
As a
that,
parent, be the parent
yeah.
until their age, until they then you could be a
I mean,
slight
that's a little
friend.
bit different because I think it's mainly because of what you're representing in a
Is
sense.
representing you.
um so on that note, I think that's a little bit different than like with parenting, because you're out there for like people that are trying to learn more about God. So I think that's a little bit
Yeah, I know,
different
but I'm not saying.
because,
I'm saying like
like, compared to
parenting. Everybody's going to
parenting.
parent different, but I'm
Yeah,
saying there's a scary place where people take that role to a whole nother space, especially when your children are younger. When they get older, it's different. Like my mom, she's still my parent, but she's not parenting me.
right.
She's still my mother. We friends, but I still respect her as my mother. She's not
Y'all
parenting
are
me.
friends?
Yeah, me and mom,
I'm
we
joking.
cool.
That's your mother.
I know. You and your mom ain't friends.
Yeah, but it's my
Oh,
mother. It's my mom.
okay.
So that's where we are.
You're not making any sense. So what? Because I'm a boy, I can't be friends with my mom.
No, you can
Oh,
be
because it didn't
friends
make
with your
sense.
mom.
It didn't make sense. Your
Oh, okay.
statement
I
made it.
apologize for that. Find some.
All right. Good night, y'all.
Good night, y'all.
It's
Have a
late. I'm gonna
great
get off
night.
there so
Thank
I
you
can see
guys
what's
for
going on.
jumping on and for trying to stick with us with the audio issues. Hopefully we will see you guys
Next week.
next week with a different conversation.
Later.
Later. Later, alligator.